Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Red EDC. Oh, today we're going to be taking a look at the second of two Reate knives that were loaned to me by the very gracious Rick Kerans. I can't thank Rick enough for allowing me the opportunity to check out his absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous knives. This one is the Reate New Torrent. The other one was the K2, that review I've previously released. But this is the Torrent, another absolutely incredible, incredible knife. Let's just zoom out and take a look at it. So there you go. That is the new Torrent from Reate Knives. Now if you check out this handle, you've got kind of this blue, slate blue, anodized titanium handle that has been tumbled. And you can see there in the reflection, you can kind of see they call it tumbled. You know, basically kind of stonewashed to me. But then you've got that carbon fiber inlay. And then inside the carbon fiber inlay, you have this woven bronze inlay. It's bronze titanium in the center of all that. I mean, there's a lot going on with that knife, but it's absolutely... I mean, you've got it on the show side and you've got it on the clip side. Obviously, this side is covered up by the clip. But I mean, that's absolutely incredible looking to me. And then you have the bronze titanium hardware. Now on this one, the pivot collar, you have the pivot screw is bronze, but the pivot collar is not. And I found that very interesting. That the pivot collar itself is not bronze like the rest of the hardware. Now you do have a full titanium backspacer, well, near full, not quite full. But then you've got the bronzed titanium like divots or dimples on it. Just adds a little bit of flair. And then you've got the titanium pocket clip to match with your ceramic retention ball. So there is a lot going on with this knife. A lot of detail and a lot of pretty well done detail. Actually, I mean, wow. You've got a 4 3/4 inch handle length on it. And as I measure it, you've got a 3 3/4 inch grip. Now, I measure my hand at 3 3/4, so it might be close. No, yeah, it is. It's about 3 3/4 inch on the grip length. It pretty much covers from edge to edge on my palm. Now, the new Torrent, it's a manual flipper, but you also have these thumb studs / stop pins that you could deploy the knife with as well. So, multiple deployment methods, which I think that's kind of cool. And then the flipper, bam, there it is. Now, once we've got it open, you'll see there that you've got that harpoon blade. Wow, 3 5/8 inch RWL 34 harpoon blade. There you go. You've got the Reate logo there. There you go. You got the RWL 34. And again, just like on the K2, you can kind of see that. You've got the vertical grind lines on the actual grind, and then you've got the horizontal on the flat. And I know there's glare from that light, guys, but you can pretty much see that. And I really like the way that looks. It just gives it just enough contrast where it's not necessarily flashy, but it's very subtle, but it looks really good. I don't know if it's... I know with that light there, it's probably not going to come through as well as it could. But I just really, really like the way that looks. If I didn't say, yes, it is riding on a ball bearing pivot. And again, you have a frame lock. And, yep, you have a steel insert in there as well. Now the Torrent, you're going to have an 8 3/8 inch fully open length. So if you remember the K2, it was nearly 9 inches. So this one's slightly shorter than the K2. Reate knives, again, made in China. Let's get our scale out here, and we'll get some measurements on this guy. Now, I have not weighed these yet, and I honestly, I don't really pay attention to the weight when it's listed in the specs when I'm looking up a knife, because I like to weigh them and stuff myself. Now, this one, to me, feels heavier than the K2. The K2 was, I think, what was it, 4.8, just under 5 ounces. So 177 grams. So yeah, it is definitely heavier than the K2. Oh, 6.2 ounces. That's a lot heavier. But it doesn't feel, it feels heavier, but to me it doesn't feel a lot heavier. If that makes any sense at all. Take some measurements here. So thickness, a little bit wider as well. We're looking at 0.53 for the width, or for the thickness across the handle, and then width in pocket, we're going to be looking at about 1.4, 1.38. Yeah, so not too bad. Again, this one does have a lot more weight than the Torrent, or the K2 did, excuse me. But it carried very well. It carried really well in pocket. For a 6.2 ounce knife, to me it didn't carry that heavy. Now the pocket clip, there we go, right hand tip up only. Now we get our handy dandy sharp spot. Now that, getting past that ceramic retention ball, it does take a, if you heard it, there was a little bit of a pop. Not too bad. But has excellent retention in pocket. Now there you go, not overly deep again, but it's pretty much standard. We're going to get our pretty much our standard, whatever it shows. Yep, we're looking at right about, there again, right about 1/2 inch. So, pretty much our standard out-of-pocket show when it's not a deep carry clip. But as again, like I said, even for this, it is a bit heavier, 6.2 ounces. I mean, that's, a lot of people do not like carrying knives that heavy, and that, I totally get it. But it didn't carry that heavy to me. Now, my overall take on it, guys. The action on this knife is absolutely, yeah. Detent is dialed in perfectly. But it's not dialed in too much that you can't use those thumb studs. So it's very nice. It's to me, it's right in that perfect for both the thumb studs, stop pin, and the flipper tab. There you go, socket to the flipper tab. Do have some good jimping on it, not overly sharp, does its job very well. Again, smooth action. I mean, just absolutely solid lockup. That harpoon blade, I'm really, before I really got into the doing the whole YouTube stuff, I just hadn't had a whole lot of experience with harpoon blades. And now that I have, and I've had a few of them through, I do like that blade style. Again, the contrast of the grind lines, the vertical and the horizontal. Really like the way that looks. Now there on the, definitely an oversized sharpening choil. I do not consider that a finger choil at all, because if I try to get my finger in there, I am right up on that corner of the blade. So pretty much an oversized sharpening choil. Do have a bit of a ramp and some jimping on there, which does its job fairly well. If you get up, now it is kind of low on the spine, so, but it does catch my thumb a bit. Maybe could be just a tad better. But there again, just like on the K2, with that little bit of a ramp there, whether I even use, the jimping or not, it forces my hand to lock in there very well. I get an excellent grip on the knife. And then the handle, I can feel this clip a little bit more than I could on the K2. Yep. Not bad. I'm not saying it's bad at all, but I can feel it a little bit more. Really, really feels good in hand, honestly. Decent gripability, but just back to this handle. I mean, I don't know about you, but this handle is absolutely gorgeous to me. No, it's not red. I know it's not red. But that tumbled blue titanium with the carbon fiber, and then the woven bronze kind of gold titanium in there. Wow. That is just, to me, that's an absolutely stunning knife. Looks absolutely terrific. The knife as a whole, absolutely fantastic. And do I really even need to talk about the finish? I mean, the finish is, it's on point. I mean, there's absolutely no rough, sharp. It's so well done. So well done. Again, Blue loved it. He gave this one a 9 as well. So both Reates, he's given a 9. The build quality, the attention to detail, I mean, it's just there, guys. And I know my experience with Reates is not very vast, but I've heard a lot of people talk about Reates and how much they love Reates, and now I get it. I understand. Now this, the new Torrent, retails for $375. And again, I thank Rick so very much for having the faith and trusting me and sending me these absolutely gorgeous knives to check out. Not one, but 2 of them. And that just speaks volumes to our community. I don't know a whole lot of places where some guy would go, yeah, take my really expensive stuff that I love and just do what you want with it. I don't hear about that very often, guys. Not at all. So thank you again, Rick. And thank you all for spending some time with me and checking out this absolutely gorgeous knife from Reate, the new Torrent. As always, guys, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I love talking to y'all. And until next time, I'll talk to y'all later, guys. Bye-bye.